Do you know what to do when someone ignores you? Feeling ignored by someone you care about so much can feel painful and confusing. You may feel hurt, frustrated, or even rejected, especially if you don't know why it's happening. But what if I told you that you could flip the situation and use it to your advantage? According to relationship experts, there are 8 proven steps to deal with being ignored. If you watch this video and follow these 8 steps in the given order, you'll learn exactly what to do when someone ignores you, and you will never feel rejected again. If you are new here, please kindly click the subscribe button, like, and share this video. The first step is to confirm and be sure that your partner is actually ignoring you. To help you understand this, let me start by defining what we mean when we say someone is ignoring you. This is very important because you have to be able to distinguish between being ignored and when your partner simply needs personal space. We all need time for ourselves at times, and it's okay for your partner to take a break from constant communication. But when that space becomes a prolonged absence or a consistent pattern of avoiding contact, ignoring messages, or canceling plans without tangible explanations, then it calls for concern. This is often referred to as ghosting, and it can be incredibly painful. Sometimes we may wrongly assume someone we love is ignoring us when they're actually not. It might just be that you are feeling insecure or anxious, especially when you are afraid of losing such a person. At times, it might just be that you misunderstand the situation entirely. You have to understand that people are different. Just because you feel ignored at some point doesn't mean the person is actually ignoring you. Sometimes life gets overwhelming. School, work, family, or personal challenges can consume someone's energy and attention. You have to also be sure you are not being negatively influenced by the fake lifestyles lovers put up out there, especially on social media. Social media can create unrealistic expectations about communication and relationships. It's easy to compare your situation to others and feel inadequate. Furthermore, it's very important to understand your partner's attachment styles. Our attachment styles, formed early in life, can impact how we handle relationships. Someone with an avoidant attachment style, for example, might withdraw when things get too intense. Once you have established that this person is actually ignoring you, be sincere with yourself and know if you have actually caused him to avoid you. Then make honest efforts to let him know you love and value your relationship with him. 1 week of sincere effort is enough. Then move on to step 2, which is give him space and time to process. I know this might sound weird, as it's hard to do, especially when you care about this person so much. But this step is very crucial, as it is important to respect his needs and give him the space he needs. This step is not something to joke with. Many people make the mistake of thinking that giving your loved ones space to process means that you're giving up on them, or that you also don't care about them that much. But that's quite far from the truth. In fact, giving your partner space at the peak of situations like this can actually strengthen your relationship if you do it correctly. It shows that you respect his feelings and his need for independence. This act also gives him a chance to miss you and appreciate and value you more when you finally settle your differences. Don't be tempted to choose the easy option that says, push hard so he can understand how much you love him, and probably turn around. While this may work sometimes, the chances are 10 to 15%. 75% of the time, you will end up achieving the opposite. In most cases, giving him space makes him realize how much they care about you, and this alone can make them come back to you on their own. Remember the saying that you don't know the value of what you have until you lose it? Make him realize it now that you both are still together. For instance, if you are used to calling or texting him every day, make sure to take a step backwards. Stop contacting him and watch his reactions. Remember, you deserve to be treated with respect and kindness. If someone consistently ignores you, it's not a reflection of your worth. It's about them, not you. If they value and care about you, they will make an effort to reach out to you. Step 3. Put your mental state in check. Prioritize your mental and emotional well-being by making your own happiness and emotional health a top priority. Recognize your feelings, accept them, and find healthy ways to cope with them. Engage in activities you love. Do things that bring you joy and fulfillment and involve taking actions that nurture your physical, mental, and emotional health. This could be engaging fully in your hobbies, spending time in nature, exercising regularly, and eating healthy, or indulging in relaxing activities like baths, massages, meditation, or reading a good book. More importantly, surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you. Sharing your feelings with them can provide valuable support and perspective. Self-care is the key. Step 4. Don't be needy or clingy. Yes, you heard that right. Refuse to be perceived as being needy or clingy. If you have done the 3 steps above well and he actually loves and needs you in his life, he should feel disturbed realizing that you have stopped reaching out to him. At this point, he might decide to call or text you. But please do make sure you resist the urge to reply or pick up his calls right away. I know this is actually very hard to do since you have missed him so much, but following these steps through will not only bring him back to you, but also make him love, value, and be afraid of losing you. The key here is to take your time. Don't reply right away, even if you're tempted to. This will show him that you're not desperate for his attention and that you have a life outside of him. But don't over-delay it. Make it look like you were really busy with something by telling him you were attending to something when he reached out. Do this even before he asked why you were not responding depressed. There is a psychological explanation for this delay strategy. When we ignore someone or don't give them the attention they want, it triggers what's called the scarcity principle. The scarcity principle is a psychological phenomenon that occurs when we feel like we are losing something or someone. This feeling of loss then makes us value that thing even more. Step 5. Be ready to socialize. This is, in fact, a perfect opportunity to expand your social circle. But do it with caution so it won't start appearing like you were actually looking for an opportunity to flirt. Remember the goal. So stick to the plan until you have exhausted all the options available. Meeting new people can help take your mind off the situation temporarily. This can also trigger the scarcity principle, as he knows you have options that might even be better than his. And in most cases, this might be enough to make him come back to you and value you more than before. Step 6. Be open to an honest conversation. If you have followed all of the steps above for a maximum of 7 days and he still hasn't gotten back to you, then it's time to have an honest discussion with him. You have to find a way to communicate your feelings and find out what's going on with him. When you're ready to talk to him, make sure to express your feelings calmly and honestly and avoid blaming him or defending yourself. Clearly and respectfully share how their behavior is making you feel. Use I statements to focus on your emotions rather than attacking him. For example, instead of saying, "You always ignore me," say, "I feel hurt and confused when I don't hear from you." Getting angry or defending yourself will only make the situation worse. Here's how to do it in 3 simple steps. 1. Express your feelings in a non-accusatory way. For instance, you could say something like, "I noticed that you've been distant lately. Is everything okay?" 2. Listen attentively without interrupting him. Give them a chance to explain their perspective without interrupting. Try to understand their point of view, even if you don't agree with it. But if they are not ready to open up yet, just be patient and positive. Time heals everything, even if he doesn't want to talk, or if he doesn't give you a satisfactory explanation as to why he is acting up. Then you could calmly say something like, "I'm here if you ever want to talk." The key is to show him that you're not going to force him to talk if he is not ready. But you're still there for him if he needs you. Thank him and leave him for 7 more days without calls or texts. Then try conservation once again. If he still insists, then it's time to take the tough decision. Step 7. Be willing to walk away. This is one of the toughest steps, but it's also one of the most important if you have followed all of the steps and he is still ignoring you. You need to be willing to walk away. This doesn't mean that you have to completely cut him out of your life, but it does mean that you need to distance yourself from him. This might mean unfriending or unfollowing him on social media. Set boundaries. Protect your mental and emotional energy by cutting him off. Step 8. Create your own happiness. No matter what happens, it's important to remember that you are in control of your own happiness. You can't rely on someone else to make you happy. That's something you need to find within yourself. Focus on your own goals and passions, and build a fulfilling life for yourself. It's important to surround yourself with positive and supportive people who encourage you to be the best version of yourself and who make you feel good about yourself, as this could be a very tough time to deal with. Remember once again that you are worthy of love and happiness, and that you deserve to be treated with respect and kindness. So don't settle for anything less. You tried your best to save the relationship, and that is enough. Focus on personal growth. People are naturally drawn to values, so use this time to work on yourself, your goals, and your relationships with others. Move on and find someone who will treat you the way you deserve to be treated. Remember that you are not alone, and that there are people who care about you and want to help you if you need support. Reach out to a friend, family member, or therapist who can help you through this difficult time if you feel it's overwhelming. Don't ever forget that you are strong and resilient, and that you can overcome anything that comes your way. He may be paving the way for the right person to come into your life. With time and effort, you will find happiness and fulfillment in your life, and you will be grateful for the challenges that you have faced along the way, because they have made you the person you are today. Note that these are general guidelines, and the best approach will depend on the specific situation. It's important to trust your instincts and do what feels right for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and make sure to watch the recommended videos that you see on the screen right now.